Hey Addicts, what's up? It's Graham and Josh here. Today we're going to be reviewing Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Needed that.
it's kind of it's not scary, but it's definitely stories that you tell in the dark because they should be locked away in a room forever, never to be
They
seen.
should be told. They should be told in the dark to a room full of no one.
Yeah.
As far as the movie goes,
It was I don't know. I guess we'll start with what we liked, or I guess if you guys don't know, it's based off of a book series.
yeah, it came out from like the 80. It ran from like 81 to 91. So a lot of people our age kind of grew up with the book series.
And maybe have heard what
were-
they're about.
Yeah, if not, you've seen the illustrations and you shit your pants as a little kid because you were way too young to be seeing things that graphic.
No amount of black ink could block out those pages.
No, yeah, it pretty intense book series, and then they decided to make a movie out of it. And when we saw that Guillermo del Toro had his name attached to it, sorry, dude.
Yeah.
We got really excited about it, as you would, because it's Guillermo.
Yeah.
So we went and checked it out, being big fans of the book series and the man himself. Sorry to say, it's just a stinker.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot going for it, which I guess we can use that as a segue to talk about the good. There's definitely stinkers in more than one way, but I think a lot of it has to do with the characters themselves are, I don't know, just like some of their background, like the way they focus on some of the plots that they're supposed to have. Their overall, just like what they decide to do. So like their arc, it's just not good in that regard.
Yeah.
Some of the visuals don't help it. They're not necessarily super true to the book. So
Yeah.
which not like most movies are that are based off of books.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they nailed a couple of the looks from the book series, specifically the tall, pale girl. They nailed that. She looks fantastic. But the biggest disappointment as far as looks, I think, was Harold, the Scarecrow. Because in the book, I remember him having like a big, nasty like gut, and like he just looked gruesome. And in this one, his face doesn't have like as much character, I guess, and like. He had no torso. He was just a pole.
I mean, it's kind of like simulated. He's supposed to have like a belly, but it's like only an outline of one. So
yeah. So that was a little disappointing. But we have a lot of disappointment to get into. So what I will say is, the scene involving Harold actually had probably my favorite scene in the whole movie, which was a fantastic death. I won't ruin it. I don't want to spoil it for you. Unless you really want me to, because if you take our advice and skip the movie, then we can do a discussion and we'll tell you what was nice that you can just look up on YouTube and see one scene.
That's definitely one.
Yeah,
just for there.
So that's one right there. Just the death scene of a child involving Harold. That was really cool. And then I think that's about where my enjoyment ended.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I can still take some entertainment out of watching it, but that's not what their intended enjoyment for the viewer is. It's more of just like, I can really make fun of this and enjoy myself doing it. But yeah, there's just a lot of things like how some like things are given to characters, like some connections to like what's happening, but yet they don't really do a good job of connecting that to the main plot, or just having I think probably the thing that's the big, like, oh my gosh, this is awful, is at the very ending where how they defeat or stop what's going on. They don't really defeat per se, but that's one that's just awful because of the message that the girl thinks that ghost has.
This really ain't a spoiler. It's just a brilliant piece of writing. In the end of the day, what did we learn?
About the ghost that kills all of my friends.
What did we learn? What did it teach us?
It taught me never to give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
Because that's the obvious takeaway from this entire film. So never give up.
Yeah, so that's a big thing that causes it to be like a waste of time. I feel like the other thing that's kind of, it's not surprising because movies are doing it all the time now, but it's still like an eye roll and a swig off the glass. And that's the little franchise planting that they have at the very end of the movie. It's not like thrown in your face, but it's like subtly in there. It's like, hey, we're leaving this open, you know. And they don't really explain how everybody got to that point.
If I'm being honest, I don't actually remember the ending of the movie because I had checked out completely by that point, which is not a good sign. I'm really trying to think of other things I enjoyed about the movie. Ultimately, I think it was just boring. Like, I called a lot of things that were going to happen. I don't know. It's
just an average movie.
I checked. It's so average.
It's really hard to quantify how normal. Normally average.
Just how normal this is. Yeah.
I would say it's more like a C movie, C or B. You know, some of the acting sometimes is all right. I don't because it's really hard because I think
with kids.
Yeah, given that they are kid actors, pretty decent. Yeah. The script doesn't help them though.
Script does not help.
There's literally one where, and this isn't like a big thing, but the girl has a guy come over, and she's like, "Hey, you can crash here, and you can stay in the basement. By the way, it's downstairs," or something to that effect. And I'm just like,
trying to be cute. They're trying to be cute and crack a little joke here, and you know, like, oh, she's goofy, she's flustered because she's attracted to this boy. Also,
it
kind of betrays her character because she's portrayed as a smart girl.
Yeah, well, and that's probably
smart girls can get flustered too, but
but that's probably. I mean, I'm glad you said that.
I think they tried too hard
because it jogged my memory, Graham. It jogged my memory of why I started to hate this movie very early on, and that is because this chick, she's like the main protagonist, I would say, in the movie, and they kind of point her as being. Maybe not necessarily superly smart. I mean, she's definitely doing well for herself. But the main thing is that she is like a horror fanatic. Like, she has so much knowledge about the horror genre and all this stuff. She reads stuff. She watches movies. And she's even like wanting to write stuff herself. And she does like the most stupidest things in like that would be obvious to somebody.
Kind of I guess it would be some of the cliches that like if you're a horror fan, you know.
It's like a paradox.
You know better.
You know. In a way.
Like for one instance that sticks out as far as that,
she takes the book.
Well, besides the fact that she takes a book in the beginning, she clearly was not supposed to take, or nobody should have been touching.
Yeah.
There's a scene later on. This isn't a spoiler because again, you should skip the movie. But there's a scene where she actually tells one of the guys in the group, "Hey, stay here. We'll go ourselves. You stay by yourself."
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay, that works.
Yeah, that always turns out for the best.
And then it didn't.
I think another thing that's kind of like, it's not necessarily, I mean, it's not good, but it is bad. All right, I'll just come out and say it. All right, no throwing stuff. I'm really tempted to. But it kind of doesn't have any tension in a lot of its scenes. And it's really...
I think part of that stems from you don't really give a shit about the characters.
Yeah, I think part of it's that. I think part of it is just... something about it just doesn't grab you, you know? And it's probably a mixture of everything.
Which is all you really want from a film, is just to reach out and, like, touch you. You know what I mean? Really get a hold of you. And just to never let go.
Grab you by both shoulders, shake you very hard, and just whisper in your ear.
Shoulders too, like wherever you need to be grabbed to hold your attention. Just you need a move to grope you. That's it.
So I guess in closing this up, I would say it's perfectly average.
It is perfectly average.
It's one that's
the average, specifically horror audience, like the average person who's like, I like horror movies, and then they say they're a big fan of The Happening. You know those people? You know those people? They'll get a kick out of this.
Yeah. If you like really... If you have just trash tastes, or if you love like getting drunk and just ad-libbing all the lines to a movie you have on mute, this is the movie for you.
Because you'll probably get it right.
Yeah. You'll guess it right off the bat. But you know, for somebody that has maybe more refined taste, or just like something that actually scares them,
good for
in a
you.
horror movie. Good for you. And don't watch this.
We need more of you.
So we're gonna give it a 5.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty in tune with one another about giving it that. Yep. Which sadly puts it in like a I guess I like it category. Yeah. But you know, like I said, if you like, you know, it's more movies you have fun with.
I suppose whatever. It's more of a I guess I liked one scene. So yeah, that kind of sums up Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Hopefully, granted, Del Toro wasn't directly involved in this. I think he was just a producer who clearly didn't have a lot of. He maybe should have put in more of his opinion, but. Hopefully whatever he does next is really strong. Yeah. And just doesn't take anything from anybody. He just needs to do whatever he wants, because that's when he's at his best.
Working in an R-rated film helps.
Yeah. And then whoever did direct this movie, I didn't bother to look up the name.
Maybe should, so we know how to avoid them.
Try harder. Learn something from this mistake.
I cannot believe that's your best. So
you've got plenty of room to grow.
Yep. Never give up.
Never give up.
Take your own advice.
That's right. That's what you should learn from this experience. Never give up. You wrote it into the script. Yep. If you wrote the script. If not, then still you directed it, man. You read the script and you thought this will be good. this is my big break.
So that's been another fantastically ranted discussion of the terrible hidden gems of the horror genre. So it's been us, and
it's been us.
Yeah, and we're gonna be coming back because October is fastly approaching.
Right around the corner, baby.
We'll be talking about more good movies in the future.
And we'll probably be doing some classic movie discussions and reviews too, because you know, there's just so many excellent ones. We'll probably try to hit some more obscure ones though. We definitely have some cool shit coming up for you guys. So looking forward to Halloween.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. Thanks for watching this video. Don't watch Scary Stories. Have a blessed day.
Yep. Be better.